Thank you for having me here today. My name is Erin Hoffman. I'm a financial advisor out of Paramus, New Jersey at CFS.
Oh, at CFS. Oh, I know
Dennis.
your firm very well. That's right. Yes.
Well, so I see your Lancer. This is your first time. Okay. So what do you hope to experience? I'm sure you've heard a little bit about it, right? You just didn't show up here, right? You've heard a little bit about it. So what is it that you are super excited about coming to congressional conference here in DC?
I am really excited to be here and have the opportunity to speak to our congressmen and women, be able to advocate for ourselves. I'm a big proponent for telling my clients to advocate for themselves, and I think being able to do that on a larger scale here outside of just our communities and our states is a wonderful opportunity.
You know, have you been to DC before?
I have.
Okay. Have you been on Capitol Hill before?
No.
Okay. So the reason why I asked that, because, NAIFA, the experience, the first time I was ever in DC was representing NAIFA. And it is a once in a lifetime experience. And my advice is just take it all in. But be curious about the complexity of the government and how it plays into financial services. So tell us a little bit about your practice, how long you've been in the industry.
So I've been in the industry for about 7 years now. My mission is really to educate and empower women and women entrepreneurs in a very holistic approach to doing that, and in all different aspects. So not only our investments, our insurance, but legal documents, property and casualty, what have you. And I think that education component is so important, and being able to be that valuable resource for your clients is huge.
So I've said for years that the future of financial services is we've got to bring more women into this business, and we've got to empower them to be their true authentic self, and to share their stories, and to encourage others to do the same. Suzanne, I'm not a woman, but can you share? But I think it's an important identity thing that we have to identify, that the approach in financial services is a little different. So share with us. You said empowering. So share with us why that is important to connect and uplift other women in this industry, since they are making decisions financially.
Absolutely, and many women do make financial decisions in their households. But I like what you said earlier of being curious. I always encourage my clients to ask questions. Ask about the statement. If you don't know something, ask. If we don't know our numbers, if we don't know the coverages we have, if we don't know where to find these accounts, no one else will. So being curious and understanding what we have, where these accounts live, how we can access them, how they're growing for ourselves, our children, our businesses, is crucial to our success now and in the future. So having and making it tangible also. I think it sounds a lot more complicated than it is, and kind of bringing it down and say it doesn't have to be that hard. Start somewhere. We only can ever improve our current situation, and if you can meet them there, you're only going to make improvements.
So that means you had to make a sacrifice of time, because you could be selling today, and so who convinced you to come and participate? Show up, participate, and learn a new process. Who convinced you to do that?
To be here today, you mean? Yeah. So Dennis is head of NAIFA in our office, and Jill Van Nosteren is another amazing advisor in our office who had a wonderful experience last year and encouraged me to come and check it out. And I'm really excited and glad I did.
So how long have you been in the industry?
7 years.
7 years. So she's still, as of NAIFA standards, she's still a rookie. she's still on the younger side of the business.
Elementary school.
Based on our metrics. Now I say that, based on our metrics, you become the pathway for others, and you are leading others through your actions. So I'm already saying, please come back to next year to congressional conference, but the key is you have to bring someone else with you.
Deal.
Bring another woman. Bring another woman.
Okay.
We need more women in not only in the ranks, but for whatever reason, it's really hard to get people to come to congressional conference, even though once you're here, you get it.
Right.
But I'm glad you said yes to this ask, and I'm glad Jill is also a good mentor on that one.
Yes.
How did you get into the industry, though, real quick?
So my father's a CPA, and growing up, he always would at the dinner table share what he hears. And when I started working and going to school, I realized there's a huge lack of financial education for men and women alike. And not everyone has a CPA at the dinner table at night they can ask questions to. And I had seen, a lot of family members and in my community, women go through divorces and become widowed and were left with a lot of broken pieces. And I wanted to be that educational resource for clients to go to say, hey, let's prepare and understand what you have today to prevent these things from happening to you and your families.
A lightning rod here, Dan. I mean, we've got a superstar.
The fact that you could articulate that, and you decided then early. So you decided this early. This is what you're going to do. You're going to be a financial advisor.
Well, it's interesting because you might have grown up getting access to understanding some financial matters, but you decided to kind of take it to a whole nother level, right? And not go into counting the beans or whatever it may be on the accounting side, and really focus on advice and guidance of others. And that's a form of leadership. So thank you for your leadership, not only for being here, but under a little bit of pressure. I said, you'll be here next year, right? It's kind of one of those things where once you've been here, I've been told that you never want to, FOMO, fear of missing out. Right?
Yeah.
So we'll be snapping pictures and doing all things on social media. So then, if you're not here next year, we'll be like, "Where are you at?" That type of thing. So we'll have some fun with that.
I'd give a piece of advice though too. When you're in Capitol Hill, when you're up in Capitol Hill tomorrow, and you're walking the halls, I think it's important that there's a feeling of ownership. I think that everybody ends up having. I don't know that we ever say it, but just looking at you, thinking you should be thinking, these are my tax dollars at work, right? This is how the whole thing works. But there's ownership. You as a citizen are part of this big equation, right? And that you should feel, and I think a lot of people feel scared and nervous, they're like, are we allowed to be here? And it's it's the people's house. This is your house, right? So once you go, I think the feeling that people come back with, the spark they get, is they've got ownership in the process now. They got a stake in the game.
So Suzanne, why don't you lightning round this one?
All right. Favorite food?
Ooh, I love mac and cheese. I love mac and cheese.
Just regular.
You're already my
truffle,
favorite. Okay, so listen,
Eddie.
you got to come back. You got to go. I'm a connoisseur.
I knew you were going to jump in on the mac and cheese.
I'm a connoisseur. I've been to every state, had a mac and cheese everywhere.
Okay, favorite mac and now I'm going to ask you. Where's your
favorite
mac
great.
and cheese?
My favorite mac and cheese is actually in the Cayman Islands. It's a little place in the Cayman Islands, and literally I ordered it, and I said, okay, bring out 7 more of these. And so I got rid of all the other food, and I just ate that until I was sick. So the Cayman, it was great.
Favorite sport?
I played softball growing up, so softball's my favorite.
Softball's my favorite. Okay, and you're in Paramus, New Jersey, so you're very close to New York.
Yes.
What about favorite sports teams on that one?
Yankees,
You're
for
Yankees.
sure. And football, I'll get some heat, but I'm a Jets fan. Miserable Jets fan.
Okay, the only question we really need to know...
She says she likes to fix stuff, so yeah.
The only question we really need to know is New York pizza or Chicago pizza?
New York.
Okay.
No hesitation.
Okay. I don't know about that.
Do you fold it up?
I do.
It's a must. It's a must. It's like down here. Yeah, it's awesome. Thank you so much. So one, thank you for your leadership in being here and showing up. And number 2 is thank you for continuing to stand for something and to really focus on that and really focus your practice on bringing unique approaches to the industry. The industry needs it.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.